emotional about this. It's a great bike. It's in fantastic condition. I've taken care of it. And these things last you forever. So I don't know if I really should sell it. Keep it. Sell it.
I can use this glove? Okay. So Chicago is a special spot near Lake Michigan where all the migratory birds stop in the path and many times, lay eggs and have babies here. Surrounded by the lake, and then you have a beautiful harbor in there, which is the Montrose beach. Beat it. Take a whole bird sanctuary, a whole golf course, you can see the entire city. We have a big harbor right in front. Just beautiful. There's a big harbor coming down. The straight flight path. friends, you can see what I was talking about. There's a beautiful bird sanctuary and surrounded by Lake Michigan, a beautiful harbor, and that's what we have.
At about 6,000 RPM, I'm trying to push it to the full power of this bike. This bike starts rattling quite a bit. It's sitting at 65 miles an hour, and this pedometer just jumps. So this pedometer will keep jumping at 65, it's not steady. So I would only know my speed, my actual speed from my GPS. The GPS tracks an actual speed of the vehicle, the way how fast the vehicle is moving. I always found this underpowered when I really needed the power, especially on highways. Otherwise, this bike is perfect for doing any other stuff, for the city, for the inner roads, for interstate highways and so forth. You're perfect. But on major highways where you are allowed speeds of 75 miles, sometimes 80 miles at times, this bike doesn't push it. If you're really pushing it hard, you're really pushing this bike, and you might land up damaging the bike. So it had 21-inch slimmer wheel in the front, and I think 18-inch in the back. It has great clearance and has great mileage. So the mileage of this bike is almost about 30 miles a gallon, which is kind of reported 30 to 35, depends on what you're driving. The bike does handle very well on high winds. I was absolutely impressed with it. The seating position is perfectly fine and upright. This is the stock bike. I have not done any modifications. So the plus point of the bike is its frame, the rigidity. The look and the feel is actually pretty cool. The way it rides is absolutely amazing. The bike does have very good power in second and third gears and fourth gears. It's a 5 gearbox, 1 down, 4 up at 6,500 RPM. It gives full horsepower, and it has 32 nanometers of torque at 4,500 RPM. So it's great on lower gears, but within the US highways and within the Canadian highways, we have average speed of 75 and above. Sometimes people go within 75 and 80 miles. This bike has no power, no juice to keep it up. One thing I also learned earlier in owning this bike in the first couple of days, that you have to lube this chain very regularly. So I did it at every 500 miles. It was pretty good. Braking. The braking is disc brake with ABS. ABS you cannot turn off on this model, but at one point I felt the ABS engage in a weird way. The bike kind of did a little fishtail. It did that once. Otherwise the ABS does kick in at the right time. The braking is not as great as you would like to be, but for the price point it's actually perfect. That's where we are with this bike. Overall the bike gets 3-star from me out of 5-star. 3-star, 5-star for the riding and what it does, 3-star for pretty much where the engine is. Unique about Chicago, that business district has all streets named after the presidents. That's the first one. Van Buren. Let's keep going.
interesting enough, that's President Jackson. Let's keep going. President Quincy. That is President Quincy. Interesting, right? Let's keep going. And we have President Adams. Let's keep going. What's coming up? Oh, we got President Monroe. This is an interesting president. That is President Madison. For sure, that is President Washington. Making sense, all names are presidents. At a vantage point, it's actually the planetarium area, but it's too dark to see because the behind this goes all dark and the city lights up. It's a beautiful skyline.
So the purpose of the key is to do the ignition and then also to open up the side panel, start the key, rotate it, and then purpose of getting in here is going to be our toolkit. All right. Also to our battery. Our battery's right here. We put a battery tender lead on the bike for you. If we pull this, then our seat comes off.
Oh, seat's right there.
Yeah, by pulling that, it releases our quick release, and we can get to everything. We get to the top of the battery. We can see the ECU for the computer.
That's pretty good.
Yep, and then our toolkit again. And again, for your convenience, we added a battery tender lead so you can keep the battery tender on it at home. So then these tabs slide into the frame. When you want to put it back on, and then locate the pin, and the seat's on. Then they go back on. These, it has two metal tabs right here. You're going to slide it up. There we go.
There you go, yeah.
So now it's solid, so we're good to go. So that's the purpose of the key besides the ignition. For the ignition, we're going to put it in. If we want to lock our forks, push down, we're going to rotate it counterclockwise. Now our forks will lock to unlock. Push in, rotate it clockwise to the off position, the key can come out. Then to turn the bike on, rotate it into the on position.
Thanks full, eh? That's cool.
To start the bike, we're going to flip it the ignition on, our run switch. That's when we'll get our neutral at that point in time and our engine light. When we hit start.
Nice. Pretty quiet bike though, eh?
Yes. It is fuel injected, so there's no choke. It has automatically. It's got its own high idle and everything, all built in, so it's all automatic.
Oh, sweet.
So your on-off switch right here,
Right.
and your start button, and then your throttle. Just like on your Himalayan, your front brake as well. Okay. And then for your modes on your speedometer here, while we let it cycle through. So we're in mileage. If we hit it once, we go trip A. If we hit it again, trip B. If we hit it again, it goes back to mileage. If I want to reset a trip, hold the button in, and it zeroes out.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, so if we go over here on our left-hand control, high-low beam with our indicator, we have a flash button. Yep. turn signal, left is left, right
So-
is right, center is off. It
so it's
does
pretty-
not self-cancel.
Yeah, it's pretty standard across there. Yeah,
Absolutely.
They haven't changed anything on that
Yep,
one.
horn, and then our clutch control. Pretty simple. The Himalayan controls are almost identical.
Yeah, identical.
Yes.
Yeah.
As we go down here, we do have a gear selector, 1 down, 5 up, 5-speed transmission. They put these guards on here so your knees, they don't rest up against the fins. So it's more of a cooling guard to keep you from touching the motor if you ever did lean that forward when you're in the seating position. We do have a center stand on the Interceptor, so it's nice to have there. Chain final drive. Your first service is due at 300 miles, and then after that, it's every 2,500 miles, I believe. We'd have to look in the manual again. But yep, 300 miles is the break-in procedure.
So is this the same as Himalayan, right?
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yep.
But the thing is, on this one, is this a chain you got to lube it, or this is the one?
Yep,
lube?
same. Nope, it's not self-lubing. They got rid of all that stuff in the United States back in the 70s, just because it was an environmental issue.
Yeah.
So you'd want to get a good chain wax, or we could do that as a service. I like chain wax a lot better. It seems to stick and dry and harden up a little bit, and it keeps the lubrication in there. It doesn't sling as much either. So, yeah.
I have those 2 cans on the clean and
Yeah,
the spray. I
perfect.
I carry them with me on the
Yeah, that's good.
long distance. Yeah.
So then if we go around, we did put a temporary tag on for you.
Right.
All right. It is premium fuel at all times.
Oh, this is premium fuel.
Yep. You want to put premium in.
Oh.
Insert the key.
So that'll be how much octane?
It could be 91 or higher.
91.
Yep,
High, right.
you'll be happy with that. So the cap comes off, put it back on. There you go, and flip that down.
Right.
As we continue around, tire pressure is crucial on this. It's just like in any bike, please check your tire pressure regularly. You should have it right here on the front. Yep, it's 32 in front and 39 rear, cold PSI. So if you ever forget, just go up here in your neck tag and it tells you right there. It's real easy to do. And that's cold pressures. Rear brake control. To check your oil, the bike needs to be up vertical. And you have a sight glass. And it's right down there.
Right. Yeah.
You want it right in between or at the very top of the...
It's pretty top on
Yep.
this one. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Goes all the way
There you
down.
go.
So I think I have to go 117 miles and just come back for the first service.
There you go.
If the weather sticks in, I'll just come back.
There we go. We'll see you again. We'll get you a cup of coffee ready. You can just sit here and have some coffee.
No, seriously.
If you like watching Riding with Cash, hit subscribe and join me on the next ride.